Jim, thanks for taking some time out to talk to us. We didn't catch up with you after the Wimbledon game. I think you're too busy celebrating. Last August seems a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a strange old season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. There's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of hard work, but we give it our best shot. You know, we've made decisions. We've had our knockbacks. We've had to pick ourselves up. We've been on the crest of a wave when we were beating Wolves and coming back against Chesterfield and things like that. So there has been a lot of positives, one or two negatives. We were excellent for the first half of the season. We've been poor for the second half of the season. But overall, you know, we've guaranteed our league status at the end of it. Little bit disappointed that I think as a group, after seeing them in pre-season, that we've underperformed slightly. Maybe should have been a little bit higher. There's a couple of factors to that. You know, whether it be the pitch, the way it went, or I do believe we've had a lot of, well, not a lot, but we've certainly had a little bit of bad luck this year with regards to, you know, officials or, you know, rubber the green in certain games and things like that. So I think we've been a little bit unfortunate in that, but it's been a long, hard slog. We've given our best shot, the staff and the players, and thankfully we got the big result that we needed last Saturday, and we don't need to be playing for anything this weekend with regards to whether we stay up or go down.
Well, you're absolutely right, and I agree with you. I think the first half of the season we were absolutely flying, you know, and at one point we were actually top of the league. I think for 15 minutes in November
against Wimbledon, they
yeah.
equalised in the second half.
Yeah, but you know that's no mean feat, and I think you know we probably got a little bit carried away there. I think I know I did, and then we had Boxing Day and the 1-0 win over Fleetwood, and then it seems to be a season of two halves. It really did, and I know that some of the performances that we put in. We didn't get the result we deserved.
Yeah, in the second half of the season, certainly, yeah. And again, a lot of that can be down to luck. I mean, little things like, you know, Jack Redshaw's goal against Burton. You know, when you look back on the DVDs, we're 4 yards onside.
Yeah.
And we could have easily been 1-0 up,
yeah.
Which is something that we didn't do regular this season. But, you know, that could have been a different story. We might have got something from the game, but we've turned in some okay performances and probably haven't got the result that matched them performances. But again, you know, you get what you're given in football. You know, you can't affect referees, you can't affect the rubber the green performances, what the opposition are going to do. But at the end of the day, it's about results. And we haven't had enough good ones in the second half of the season. But when you look at the picture overall, you know, we have had some good times this year, some good results. You know, and again, I'll say it again, yeah, you're always hoping that you can upset one or two more teams and you can get a few more points on the board and get further up the season, up the table. But you know, it's a good achievement to be, you know, to sustain our football league status.
Absolutely. I mean, we always say 50 points is the benchmark. We need to get to 50 points to stay through. It seemed like this year, for quite a while, we wouldn't need that, and then all of a sudden it seemed like we needed more than 50.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we got to 53 last Saturday. How did that feel?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, look at it last year, how tight it was last year. 50 points has been regarded as the magical mark. It might still be this season. You know, if Wickham don't beat Torquay, but I always thought Northampton were going to get out of it. You know, they've thrown money at it, they've got good players in, new manager, they picked up a lot of points, they were always going to close the gap. And while they're closing the gap, the people just ahead of them are scrambling to stay above water, so we unfortunately got dragged into that equation along with the likes of Portsmouth and Bristol Rovers, Wickham, you know, Bury to a certain extent. You know, quite a few big clubs in there. And you're looking over your shoulder, and I always thought, as I say, that Northampton would get out of it. It looks that way now. They've timed it perfectly to the end, you know, to come out the bottom two when they've been in it all season on the second to last game of the season. But when you're hearing little things like, you know, you're at Wimbledon the other day and the fans are so close behind you, you can hear every word they're saying, especially when they're caning you about, you know, the position you're in and saying that Northampton are 3-0 up away at Dagenham and Exeter beating Scunthorpe. You're thinking we're going to need a result here.
Yeah.
And thankfully we turned in a good performance and we scored, you know, 3 goals, kept a clean sheet. So
I was going to say it was a long 90 minutes, but it was a long 40 minutes. And then when we got those 2 goals, I think, you know, it seemed like it was going to be our day. You know, and especially in the second half, I don't think they'd really.
I think they had 1 shot on target all game. You know, they had a couple of chances first half, the back post header. I think they had a free kick on the edge of the box that just whistled just over the top. You know, if that was Mansfield, it'd probably go right in the top corner, you know, and that's the type of thing, you know, world-class goal that separated the two teams on the day. In the game, another game going back that I don't think we deserved to lose, but we did. But no, it was, you know, we knew they'd come out because they had nothing to play for. It was a carnival atmosphere, they're on a good run. They played all the big hitters. I think they only rested the goalkeeper. And we knew that we'd have to be strong and resolute. We knew that we'd have to weather the storm. But the way we rigged out, we knew that we could hit them on the break. We knew their weaknesses. And thankfully, you know, in about the 40th minute, as you say, we exploited that. Certainly with Little Jack getting at the two centre-halves where we knew we could hit them. And, you know, we scored 2 good goals. And then second half, as you say, I don't think Baz has been called upon. His position was great in the first half. He was... you know, his kicking and crossing second half was good. I can't remember really a shot on target from him. We sucked it up and we kept hitting them on the break, and then you know, good bit of play from Kevin Flemo at the end to get us into the box and get the penalty. It was only when that penalty went in that I fully relaxed, because at 2-0 we'd scored 2 goals in 90 seconds, so you know, anyone's capable of doing it. So we never over the line until, you know, it was just after that all important third goal. We had a couple of chances to make it, but when we did, that's when the relief come through. So
how did it feel at full time then? That whistle
felt drained because it's been a difficult week, or difficult month really. And I think it set in a little bit probably after the Bristol Rovers game, because with them being below us and other results going, you know, that was when you start thinking we're in a bit of a pickle here, like. But it was just a relief. It felt a bit drained, you know. Obviously absolutely made up, you know, a little bit emotional. I get like that. So yeah, it was just a brilliant feeling, but I'd rather be winning things and having that feeling than just surviving relegation. But you know, that's the way it is.
It did feel like we won the FA Cup though, I've got to say.
It did, yeah. It was mad because all the fans were there and they travelled in good numbers. I didn't expect that many to be there, to be fair. And you know, they really got behind us, and with them just being to the right of the dugout, you could hear them, and you know, that was great for them, and obviously the players, the relief, the dressing room, the journey home afterwards. And we've had a good positive week this week as well, so hopefully we can back that result up now and on Saturday.
Well, I hope I'm not talking out of turn here, but we actually followed you out of the ground about 10 minutes later, and we thought the bus had broken down until we saw the captain walking out with 2 boxes of beer.
I think you say 2 boxes of Mars bars there, that's all he got. No, I think it's not happened much this year, you know. It happened a bit more a few years back, like, but you know, away trips, I think when you have a good result like that and you've got no midweek game, we'd never do it with a midweek game.
No.
You know, you go back 15 years and it was every Saturday win, lose or draw.
Okay, well deserved.
Yeah, but no, we said to the lads, you can have a few beers on the way home, and it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, good. Deserved it. So if I had to say to you, what's been the high point of the season? What would the high point of the season be?
I think financially it was beating Wolves. You know, because we got the Newcastle game, the Sky money and things like that, which, you know, the club needed. So in that respect, that's been a massive plus for us. And, you know, it was a good 1-0 win as well against the top side, who since that day have kicked on and got over 100 points in their division. So that was it.
Kenny Jackett's won Manager of the Year as well in their division, I think.
Fair play to him as well. I think, you know, they're a good side and they've done well. And I think they've scored over 100 goals as well, haven't they? They've certainly got over 100 points.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, so, no, but that was a great result for us, and the draw the next round, playing Newcastle and back on telly and things like that. You know, full house. The hospitality was absolutely rammed, all the boxes were. You know, that'd be nice to have it like that, and the performance probably deserved a little bit more, you know, but it wasn't to be on the night.
It was handball. It was a penalty.
Well, I've got the picture here actually. This is not even thingy, look at that.
I didn't even set this up.
Look at that.
That's handball, it's a penalty. In fact, it's over the line, I still say it's over the line.
So there you go. I forgot that was there, that was just off the cuff, that mark. But no, that was a big result for us because, as I say, the financial gain that we got from it.
What was your low point then?
Well, I haven't even said my highest point in the league.
Oh, right.
I'd probably, well, it'd have to be Chesterfield. You know, what an unbelievable result that was. We've had some good ones. Burnt away was a good one. Southend home and away. You know, we've done a double over Newport as well. Come from behind away. Good performance at home when we went down to 10 men. Beating Fleetwood on Boxing Day. You know, the win the other day at Wimbledon. So we've had some good positive ones, but I'd certainly say in the league that the comeback against Chesterfield was by far the best league performance this year, best league win highlight. Downsides from Accrington, Plymouth, you know, 2 killers, Accrington more so than Plymouth I'd say. One that they, well, 2 that they hit was Bristol Rovers away. Wasn't a great game, the pitch was poor, had 0-0 written all over it, which would have been a good point. Well, people might have said, oh well, we haven't had a shot, but they didn't have a shot. It was one of them games, it was a terrible game. You know, played on a rugby pitch with not much football getting played, but I was sat there with 5 minutes to go and this got 0-0 written all over it. When I spoke to their manager after it as well, he was saying exactly the same thing. So to get done in a routine ball in the middle of the park, what we'd spoke about before the game, what we'd spoke about at half time, it just comes down to a bit of know-how and individual error, you know, to let them get on the ball. And to be fair,
there's 3 errors.
Great cross and a great header as well, but you'd always want more. You've got to stop the cross and you've got to open up in the box to make sure that they don't get the header on its own. But it could and should have been stopped in the first little phase, which was the middle of the park, and if you stuck it in the corner, you know, in their half, you played for the flow, and in their half you would have just seen the clock out because there was only 30 seconds left, so that was a killer. And obviously the Hartlepool game was a bad one for us as well, which is disappointing.
So let's move on to Saturday then. Tomorrow, big game really, you know, and everybody thinks, well, you know, it's alright, it's the end of season, but we need those 3 points, don't we?
Exactly. I think, everyone will be coming now, great. You know, we've survived, we've got the win at Wimbledon. You know, it's down to other teams now. You know, Morecambe, Northampton, Bristol Rovers fighting out for the final relegation spot. But with regard to ourselves, I always say, when people are willing to pay money to come and watch you, you know, you've got to run through a brick wall to try and get the result. We're no different. We've had a positive couple of days. As you can imagine, the spirits are high. We've got 1 or 2 injuries, which will hamper us a little bit. But whatever team goes out there, will, you know, give it their all. We're doing our preparation on Bury. How we think they're going to set up, what players will play. You know, Nardiello didn't play the last game. He's a good player for me. He'll probably come back in. But we finished on 56 points last year, and we want to get to that this year. You know, that was our next target. If we win Saturday, we get there. You know, we want to finish on a high, do the double over Bury, give the crowd something to cheer. They haven't had much in 2014 to cheer, so hopefully we can get a good result. We'll certainly give it our all, but you know, hopefully we can get the win. If we don't, we get a draw, and then we move on and enjoy the presentation night at night.
Well, I mean, I'll certainly be celebrating, but obviously while the 90 minutes are on the pitch is business as usual, isn't it? But I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a bit of celebrating of a very hard-fought season. You know, we've got Football League status again for another season guaranteed. Happy days as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking forward to Saturday night as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. It's a tough league. It's an unforgiving league. There's a lot of big clubs, a lot of clubs with a lot more ambition than what we've got, throwing money at it to try and get up. And you know, some of them are going to come unstuck. Some of them won't reach the League One. Some of them already have. But you know, the good thing for us is that I've gone on about it. We have made cutbacks, but there seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, you know, we're going to get more positive news over the coming weeks. And
well, the chairman
well, no,
live on
he has, but
you know, we'll see what happens.
I've not spoke to the chairman yet. I've got to sit down and make sure that we get our plan of attack for next season, see where we go and how we can improve. And as I say, not just on the field, off the field as well. All, you know, the money the fans raise for the training ground, that's been a little bit better this year. It's got better and better year on year. It's not how we want it. We know we're never going to have a Carrington or a, you know, Finch Farm or something like that, but that's the most important thing for me. And it's getting better and better year on year. So the ground staff have done great. We've invested in it. The fans have played their part with regards to the fence. So that's improving, the hospitality, the community, everything's improving. Yeah. You know, we're doing what we can, and hopefully, you know, we can go from strength to strength.
So the hard work starts Tuesday then?
Yeah, well, we've got the do Saturday and then Sunday, bank holiday Monday in it, so we're back on Tuesday. The players will be
I think there's this perception that you all toddle off on your summer holidays now for a
Well,
while.
you do with players, but we're big believers of being a full-time professional footballer. It's not just about the 40 weeks for the season. It's about 50 weeks. You can allow them 2 weeks to go on holiday and do what they want. But there's a lot of hard work. Some of them, they can do what's expected of them. They go away and they tick over because physically they're right. And, you can't tell Kevin Ellison you want to do this and that because he is what he is, and you get the most out of him by letting him manage himself because he's an unbelievable professional.
Yeah.
But they'll all be given programmes to go away with. It'll all be done via email. They'll be expected to report back, give scores, how hard it was, what they found, feedback. Some will be coming in over the summer. Tuesday we've got them all in. We'll have a chat with them as a group, as individuals. We'll speak to them about what's expected of them over the summer. Give them an honest opinion of how I think the season's gone on an individual basis for them. And then we'll be in Wednesday as a staff to plan things. The pre-season, which has gone great for the last 3 years because we've always started well. We've always got that cup win, in us. The likes of Wolves or Barnsley or Blackpool. League form's always started well. So we're not going to go too far away from what we've been doing for the last 3 pre-seasons. We've got all our dates for the games to be put in. So it's about, having this staff meet where we can all improve, what we can do. We've certainly got to address the second half of the season, whether it be down to training, training times, training intensity, players' recovery, whatever it may be. It might be something, I don't know. The pitch, the travelling in the ice, we don't know.
A lot of analysis.
We've got to look at it all from a sports science, from a physiotherapy, from a coaching, and just a general outlook to make sure that we can improve in that area so we can be stronger in the second half of the season. But certainly first half we've done well over the last 3 years. Hopefully we can do the same next year. But tweak 1 or 2 things around at Christmas time, we can be even stronger in the second half, and we can do that with Cracklick. That's easy as that.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
Jim, I look forward to next season. Enjoy Saturday, win or draw, and let's all enjoy Saturday night and celebrate another season in the Football League. Thanks very much.
No problem, thank you.